He seems pretty fast to me because he's catching up Flamengo extremely fast.
Yeah, Flamengo are his next victim, so to speak. That will put him up to 13th place. Remember, only needs to finish in the top 9 to keep his hopes alive. And when I say alive, his championship winning chance alive.
And as I was saying, Atletico Madrid was looking super strong, and they've made a move on AS Roma. He found a way to overtake, which is super hard on this circuit. Liverpool is leading. Now it's Atletico Madrid second in front of AS Roma.
And there you see Andy Susek coming into your shot now in second place. Atletico in second, AS Roma in third, Justin Gomini and FC Porto. Then it's AC Milan, Corinthians right behind. It's all going on. Corinthians just ahead of Sevilla. Tottenham Hotspur still in the top 10. But Liverpool are flying. This time a 1:31.7. Atletico on the same sort of pace at the moment, and the first two are leading by a long way and on the same pace, much better than anyone else.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with between AC Milan and Corinthians as well, who are lapping quite slowly, but Corinthians seems to be quite strong, and his car should be about similar, to the Atletico Madrid car.
And Flamengo have upped the pace a little bit.
Yes, Flamengo.
They've just put their fastest lap in ahead of Beijing, so Beijing really going to have to push hard. And David Rigon, the young Italian, who really is making a name. I spoke to him yesterday. He admitted it was his mistake in qualifying. And I was asking how Superleague was going for him. And he said it really is changing people's opinion in Italy. He wasn't that well known until he started to lead here. And now look at him. He's going to be well known if he gets past Flamenco. He was all over the back of him then. And David Rigon looking to make up another place. He's currently 14.
Yeah, he's only 2/10 behind Flamengo now. He's already trying to find his way around. Be careful, because he can lose downforce into those high-speed corners.
Guan FC from Beijing, the championship leaders in the first ever Super League formula.
He will have to wait another few corners to try to make a move.
I'm going to say, where do you overtake here at Red?
Well, not in the chicane, that's for sure. Maybe in the next corner, going to the last hairpin. There is a place, but he's not close enough.
Maybe into turn 1. We come into the last turn. The next best opportunity is down the main straight and into the first corner, which is the right-hander uphill. Here we go.
Exactly, that's here, but I think he's a little bit too far.
Not close enough this time. Liverpool still lead. Galatasaray fighting now. And that's with Anderlecht by the looks of things. Anderlecht putting some pressure for a top 10 position.
And I think Anderlecht just overtook Galatasaray, I think.
Oh, and that was Rigon right up the... Oh, and he's got past Flamengo. They've broken down.
I hope they haven't banged wheels, because I saw Flamengo being very slow.
Well, the Brazilian's not salsering around there. That was definitely a problem of some sort.
Yeah, Flamengo has a problem, that's for sure. That's another place for Beijing.
That is another place. Beijing go up one more place. They need to finish in the top 9 if Liverpool win. Liverpool way ahead by over 4 seconds now. Atletico Madrid still in second place. AS Roma still in third. Porto, as you can see, all over the back of Roma.
And no problems for Beijing. Still running, still fast, and making the move up the field.
Well, it depends how far PSV Eindhoven, and that's interesting because, of course, the next man up for Beijing, here's what happened. He basically just pulled out of the way and slowed down dramatically, and Rigon had to take avoiding action.
Exactly, yeah, he had to avoid him. You have to be really alert to avoid any contact.
Well, the interesting thing now for David Rigon, with 33 minutes to go, that's half an hour in old money, and there's a long way to go. But the big problem for Beijing right now is the next team they want to overtake is the team second in the league, PSV Eindhoven.
And they're about 3 seconds ahead, which is quite far. And we have Galatasaray giving up on this one. They're back into the pit lane. It's over for Galatasaray, as we have Liverpool now still leading with quite a big gap, 4.5 seconds.
First and second, big gap between them two, but look at the battles going on here between Roma coming through now, Porto, AC Milan right behind them, then Corinthians, and then there's a battle between Sevilla and Tottenham. Excellent stuff in the midfield.
Yeah, since the beginning of the race, Frank Pereira must not be so happy with his car, because he's holding up everyone behind him, still being able to keep them behind.
Yeah, I'm amazed. AS Roma were doing 128s in qualifying and now down in 133s. Now that's a lot to do with fuel, but he doesn't look as quick, does he?
Yeah, no, he doesn't. I mean, maybe his car setup was good for qualifying, but maybe the car doesn't like the fuel.
And there is Galatasaray out of the car, and that's definitely some sort of mechanical problem. They are all looking at it very closely, and they'll want to get that car back. Flamenco there's their problem, and they are out. Tuco Roca hits the rocks. Liverpool, though, flying high. The gap, 4 seconds between Andy Susek and Adrian Valles, the two Spaniards, remember. And last lap, Atletico made a little bit of time on them, 2:10s, that's all. And so Liverpool with half an hour to go as Corinthians pull in by the looks of things.
Okay, Corinthians, that's another place for Beijing.
Yes, Beijing, that's great news for Beijing.
Beijing is now P11. That's the tyre change.
That's the first pit stop there.
Yep. And that's where Beijing has been quite good. They always were strong during the pit stops, so he can make up some places theoretically during the tyre change.
Well, it's going to be interesting tactically when and where the top men make their stops. Liverpool out front have a 4-second gap. That will help them, and they have no need right now. They're not in traffic to take the pit stop early. Corinthians were in traffic, and that's why they chose to come in when they did. All eyes will be on when Regan comes in.
Yes, exactly. I think Regan, as soon as he doesn't have traffic in front of him, he's not going to pit, and we're in on-board.
Great on-board pictures there, and Liverpool are in! The leaders are in!
Okay, they probably have better tyres to put on.
Oh, he means business, doesn't he? He's drifting into the pits. Now he's got the limiter on board with Adrian Valles. Painfully long time as Atletico take the lead for the first time, but they haven't pitted yet. Important pit stop, this one, for Liverpool, third in the league.
And new tyres for Liverpool. They had one set of new tyres left.
Quick change there. And that is an excellent change by Liverpool. Away they go. They didn't drop the ball there by any means.
Good job from the team.
Now, race control message.
Yeah, the pit window has been open since last lap.
So that was just to let him know that the pit window is open, and away goes Valles. And he'll want to get past this traffic. He's got FC Basel in front of him and Olympiacos. He's right at the back.
That wasn't very well calculated from,
really.
From the team, because they should have been able to see that they're basically, theoretically, it's quite easy to calculate. You know that your pit stop is going to cost you about 30-40 seconds. So you look back down the field, you look at who's 40 seconds behind you as your leader, and you know where you're going to end up after your pit stop.
I just wonder whether Valles had problems with those tyres, because he was pushing really hard in the opening stages. The lead made up one place on Max Wiesel, and the FC Basel man has to get out of the way. It's back with the leader, Atletico.
We could see the car sliding, but I don't think he had any major problems with his tyres, because the Michelin tyres are very consistent.
Atletico carry on.
I just think it was an early pit stop, and Atletico is doing a good job. You see all the cars are sliding.
Andy Susek, who made his name in GP2 and Formula 3, now making his name in Super League Formula, really enjoying it. And of course, this his home race as well. He leads the way, but he has to take a pit stop. Roma are behind him.
And we're on board again. Let's listen to the sound of the V12.
FC Porto have come in to take their pit stop. So Porto, who were in 5th place, and here comes Beijing. Massive stop for them. They've got to get this right at Beijing. And away they go. That looked clean to me.
Yes, a little bit of hesitation off the clutch from David Erigon.
Anderlecht have also chosen to come in. Porto, Anderlecht and Beijing in the pits.
Takes off one tear off.
Max Wiesel, after that scare, has also been in. Atletico still circulating in the lead. Roma still second. Savillas now up to 3rd place ahead of Alain. Olympiacos in 5th, but of course they've yet to pit.
And I can tell you, Beijing is doing a good job. He's pushing hard, and he's made up some time on the car in front of him. He's made up some time on PSV Eindhoven.
So fascinating race, and the championship very much in the balance. Nobody can relax, nobody can really calculate just where they are, because at this point it's a case of just driving as hard. You can't sit and wonder where you are.
No, exactly. The only thing you can do is push as hard as you can, and you have Liverpool overtaking Olympiacos.
Yep, they've gone past Olympiacos, and they've made up 2 very good manoeuvres there. number 21, Adrian Valles, doing an excellent job so far.
So no more traffic for him.